First-time cruisers almost always pick their cabin the same way they filter by price. Pick the cheapest balcony and find out everything else when they are already on the ship and it is too late to change it. Noise from the pool deck above you all night. Motion that keeps the kids awake. A view facing the wrong direction for every port. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to pick the right cabin so none of that happens on your trip. Yesterday I told you about a mistake Kim and I made on a cabin booking that cost us the best views of the whole cruise. Today is the full system, so you never make that mistake. I am Mark from Adventures by K&M, and this is Deep Dive Wednesday. Inside cabin, no window, completely dark when the lights are off, which is actually better for sleep than you think. Least expensive, right choice if you plan to spend almost no time in the room and every dollar matters. Ocean view, a window or porthole, natural light, no outdoor access. Good middle ground for families who want to see outside but do not need a balcony. On older ships, some ocean view windows look onto an interior promenade. Always check what the window actually faces before booking. Balcony, private outdoor space. The most popular category for couples and families, and for good reason. Morning coffee while the ship pulls into port is one of the best experiences in cruising. This is where port versus starboard matters most. Suite, separate living area, concierge access, priority boarding, often a larger private balcony. On Royal Caribbean, the suite experience is genuinely transformative. The Royal Suite class has its own sun deck, restaurant, and lounge. If the budget is there, it is worth it. Midship, middle decks. This is the sweet spot for almost every traveler. Least motion because you are closest to the ship's center of gravity. Easy elevator access to the main decks, not directly below the pool deck. Forward cabins. More motion, especially in rough water. Wind noise on the balcony. Great views if you are pointed toward a glacier or a port entrance. Not ideal for motion-sensitive passengers. Aft cabins. The wake view from an aft balcony is spectacular open ocean, the ship's wake stretching behind you. Slightly more engine vibration at night, often slightly less expensive than midship equivalents for the same category. Underrated choice for couples who love the sea view. High decks versus low decks. Higher decks have better views and more motion. Lower decks are closer to the waterline and more stable. For families with young kids or anyone prone to seasickness, I always suggest midship on a lower deck first. I covered the personal version of this yesterday. Here is the full method. Step 1. Pull up your itinerary with port arrival times. Most Caribbean itineraries arrive at ports in the early morning, 7, 8, 9 a.m. That is when you want your balcony facing the right direction. Step 2. Use Cruise Mapper or the cruise line's own route map to visualize the ship's heading into each port. Step 3. The ship docks with one side facing the port. Figure out which side that is for each port on your itinerary and pick the side that wins the majority of your arrivals. For Eastern Caribbean itineraries out of Florida, sailing south then looping back north. For Western Caribbean. For Western Caribbean, we sailed south to Roatan, then Honduras, then Mexico. So the port side is the place to be. Alaska, both sides matter for glacier viewing, but for port arrivals. Before I recommend a cabin, I ask 4 questions. Do you spend time on the balcony? If you are a couple who has morning coffee outside every day, balcony is non-negotiable and side matters. If you leave the cabin at 7 a.m. and come back at midnight, inside might be smarter money. Do you or anyone in your group get motion sick? If yes, midship, lower deck, period. No forward cabins, no high decks. Are you light sleepers? Avoid direct proximity to elevators, pool deck, and the promenade on ships that have late night activity near the exterior cabins. How many people and what is the configuration? A family of 4 in a standard balcony cabin is tight. Some ships have family ocean view cabins or connecting balconies that work far better. Always check the actual square footage and the bed configuration before booking. For a 7-night Caribbean sailing on a Royal Caribbean ship, I book midship balcony, decks 8 through 10, on the side that faces the majority of port arrivals on that specific itinerary. That combination has given us the best balance of view, stability, and noise on every Caribbean trip we have taken. For Alaska, a midship balcony on a higher deck, decks 9 to 14. This gives you immediate access to panoramic glacier views from your stateroom while keeping you centered to minimize motion sickness during open water sailing. For a first-time cruiser who is not sure, I recommend a midship ocean view on a middle deck. See how you feel. Upgrade to balcony on your next sailing. The ship experience itself will matter more than the cabin on that first trip. If you're thinking about a cruise, book a free consultation. The link is in the description. I am Mark, and this is Deep Dive Wednesday. Same time next week.